how do you design a monster? Well, the first rule, I think, is a rule that is true of almost every design. The most important thing is what you call the silhouette. The silhouette of the monster or the creature needs to be very clean. It needs to immediately tell you what the figure's gait, what the figure's intention is. One of the best silhouettes, for example, is all the Glen Keane characters at Disney. Big-chested characters like the Beast or Long John Silver in Treasure Planet, or very, very masculine figures like the Tarzan that Glen Keane did. After silhouette, you then need to go and create a great sense of detail, but a lot of people tend to make the mistake of making monsters perpetually angry, for example, and pile a lot of detail on it. In other words, is the kitchen sink idea of let's give him horns, giant teeth, 3 sets of jaws, and is actually selecting what goes into the creature to make it look natural. Harryhausen had a great rule, which is a lion is not scary per se, but if the lion is angry, it's really scary. Well, so you need to imagine the creature sort of in repose, in his own or its own habitat, and try to make it majestic. For example, the worst thing you can do in any design is to sculpt or design a frown, a perpetual frown in a creature. That's a very, very common mistake, because then the creature has one expression, angry. The next thing to determine on a creature design, I think, is color, which should also telegraph what the creature is. For example, in Pacific Rim, the first Kaiju that comes out is a very shiny bluish graphite, depending on the light, in a more metallic way or a less metallic way. And finally, movement. Movement is going to tell you what the creature's character is. If it's Harryhausen-esque in its movement, if it's majestic, if it's sort of dance-like, or if it moves fast and is aggressive and so forth. And the last rule, very, 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 very important, never reference another movie monster when designing a movie monster. Try to reference from nature. You can use the texture on a rock. You can use the muscle insertions in a piece of skull. You can use things that inspire you, but you should never say, I want a monster like the monster in that movie, because then the design kind of stops breathing and